Hey guys, welcome to your first lesson. Let me just explain a little bit what these lessons will be. There's going to be 8 lessons. They are all review topics that we've done throughout the year. This first one deals with functions, which is the latest thing that we did before we left for spring break. So today we're going to be talking about evaluating, adding, subtracting, multiplying, and then finding compositions of functions. So we're going to review those topics. When this video is done, you can click on the worksheet in Google Classroom and go ahead and do that. If you got printing capabilities, great. You can print it off, do it on the worksheet. If you don't have printing capabilities, that's okay. You can just do it on another sheet of paper. When you get that done, send it back to me somehow. You can take a picture even and send it to email. But that's how they're going to work. As far as the lessons go, I will post lessons as I have them made. So this week, since I'm trying to figure all this stuff out, I'll probably post just this one lesson. But once I start getting lessons done, I will upload them, post them to Google Classroom, and you guys are free to work at your own pace on these lessons. So, all right, let's get to functions today. So first thing, evaluating. Okay, remember this is function notation. This is f of x. F of x just represents the y variable. So the rule that goes with f of x is 2x squared minus 3x. If we want to evaluate x being -2, one way to do that is to make this statement right here, f of -2. So all we're doing here is we're going to my f function, and wherever I see an x, I replace that x with -2, which would give us this statement right here. From here, we just follow order of operations to figure out what f of -2 is. So we do exponents first. -2 squared is 4. Then we can move to multiplication. So 2 times 4 is 8, and -3 times -2 is a +6. And then we can move to addition or subtraction at that point. So f of -2 for this particular function would be 14. Okay, example 2. Now we're evaluating an algebraic expression. So we want to find f of x minus 3. So here's our rule for f of x. It's a different function. So if I want to evaluate f of x minus 3, it works like example 1. Wherever I see an x in my f rule, I'm going to replace that x with x minus 3. So there's where x was. From here, we simplify this as much as we can. So I'm going to distribute and then combine any like terms. Well, we only have the constants here that we can combine together to give us 2x minus 2, -6 plus 4. So there's f of x minus 3. All right, operations. So given these two functions, we're going to find f of x plus g of x. Remember, there were 2 ways that we wrote this. This is one way. You might also see it written like this. Okay, both of those notations simply means just take the f rule, which is 5x plus 6, plus the g rule, which is x squared minus 2x plus 7. And when we're adding algebraic expressions like this, we look for like terms. There are no other x squared, so I'm going to start with that one. I can combine those two, so 5x plus -2x is a +3x. And then lastly, the constants, 6 plus 7 would give us a +13. So there's your f plus g. Okay, same two functions, but example 2, now we're subtracting, so this is one notation you might see it written in. The other would be f of x minus g of x. So we're going to take our f rule minus the g rule, and here parentheses are very important right here, because I'm going to have to distribute this negative to all three of these terms in this rule right here. So let's do that. So distribute, that's a negative x squared. Distribute, that's a positive 2x. And distribute, that's a negative 7. So from here, it's just like combining like terms. So I'm going to start with the negative x squared. I'm going to move to my x's. So 5x plus 2x, 7x. And lastly, my constants, 6 minus 7 would give us negative 1. So there's f minus g. Okay, multiplying, f times g can be written like this, or it can be written like this. The solid dot always means multiplication. So if I want to take my f times my g, I'm going to set up the box method. So 5x plus 6 over here, and then my g, x squared minus 2x plus 7, and we're multiplying. So here would be 5x times x squared, 5x cubed. Here would be negative 2x times 5x, negative 10x squared. Here would be 7 times 5, 35x. Here would be 6 times x squared. Right here, 6 times negative 2x. And lastly, 6 times 7 is 42. And then remember, with your box method, your diagonals are like terms. So I'm going to start with the highest degree. Combine my x squareds. So we are adding now, not multiplying anymore. So this would be negative 10 plus 6 is a negative 4x squareds. Combine those. Sorry. And we will get, what is that, 23 positive. And lastly, we got plus 42, your constant. Okay. All right, lastly, compositions. And this was the challenging part, if I remember right, before spring break. Okay, so compositions, basically you're composing a new function given two functions. So I've changed the functions up. If you noticed, f of x is 3x minus 1 and g of x is 2x plus 5. So f of g of x, this is one way to write compositions. Remember, the other way was with the open dot. So this is another way to write composition. Whatever the second one listed, that is the one that we're going to plug in for x in the other function. So to do that, I'm going to have 3. Now take your g function, plug it in for x here, and then simplify this as much as we possibly can. So I'm going to distribute. And then I'm going to combine my constants here, so the composition of f with g is equal to 6x plus 14. Okay, try one more of those. Again, I'm using the same functions. Okay, so open circle, we got a composition. Remember, another way to write this would be composition of g with f. So now I'm taking the f function, and I'm going to my g function. Wherever I see an x, I'm replacing that x with 3x minus 1. So if we do that, we're going to start with 2. Now replace those. Replace the x here with 3x minus 1. And then simplify this. So I'm going to distribute. Combine my constants here, and we'll end up with composition of G with F is equal to 6x plus 3. Okay, quick review over functions. All right, at this point you can start the worksheet. Again, make sure you send that worksheet to me. I don't need your notes, I just need the worksheet. Take a picture, send it through email. That would be perfect for me. All right, till next time, we'll see you.